back to my channel. Today is Friday, which means it's movie review time, and today I'm reviewing Dream Girl, which is directed by Raj Shanilia and it stars Ayushmann Khurana and Nushrat Bharucha in the lead. So I know what you're thinking from the title, and you already know what I'm thinking is that the movie was disappointing, and it breaks my heart to say this because I was so excited for the movie. The trailer was so funny. The whole theme seemed like super fun. And it was an Ayushmann Khurana movie, so I was super excited for it and I was completely shattered. Okay, that's going too far, but I had a lot of expectations from the trailer about this movie. But let's start with something nice. So Ayushmann Khurana's character Karam is looking for a job, and unfortunately, even though he's very qualified, he can't find a job, and there's like a loan at his house and stuff, but he has a super cool dad. Don't know what happened to his mom, but she's no more. So he finds a job at this call center and he just accepts it because he really needs the money, and he works at this call center as if he is a girl. So he uses a girl's voice, and that's what he was really famous for because he acts in all these. He is like Radha and Sita and all these Ram Leelas and Krishna Leelas and all of that. So I think Ayushmann Khurana's acting was good. Like, he was consistent throughout the movie and he was fun. He was delivering all his lines well. And then there was Manjot Singh, who is his best friend in the movie. He also was like that Punjabi guy who's always fun, and you know, he played his character really well and was consistent. Then there was Vijay Raj, who was a policeman in the movie, and he stuck to his character. He's fun to watch. But I think the rest of the cast, the supporting cast, was just not doing anything for the movie. They were just characters on their own. They didn't feel like they were all like, you know, attached in this big story. So that brings me to the direction and the writing of the movie. Like I said before, the concept I think was super fun. Like, this guy who could voice a girl, and was really interesting, right? But the movie didn't use it to its advantage. They were just using the most obvious of the scenarios that could have taken place. And again, it didn't help that all the characters in the movie were just too random, and like nothing brought the movie together until the end. I mean, it was pretty obvious, right, that even from the trailer, that this guy will eventually at the end of the movie have to confront the people who he has essentially lied to. But the movie has no drama to it. It just happens in front of you. It unfolds. It's not even like everybody finds out together and there's like this big scene. It's just chopped into these little scenes, and it just doesn't have the same feels that it should have. Though the movie has its punchlines, some very interesting and hilarious conversations and dialogues, but they're scattered throughout the movie, and there are very few where you just really laugh out loud. Okay, so let's talk about the cinematography and the editing and the dubbing and the sound. So that was one of the first things I noticed in the movie, was that the dubbing was not done well. Like, I could literally see that the audio and the video were not in sync for some characters, and it just irked me so much because I was like, that is like the basic thing in editing that can go wrong, and it just really pulls you out of the movie completely, because if you notice it, and then it's just like, oh my god, why? I can see how it was tough in some parts because it's a guy's face but a girl's voice in some songs where they had to sing, and it just didn't work for the movie at all because obviously it's tough, right? It's a guy's face and it's a girl's voice, but then why even put it in the movie that way if it's not working out at all? Also, the music was so badly edited. Like, it was so choppy. There was a dialogue in between the song, and it's not like the song's volume would reduce. It would completely stop. The song would stop, and it's not like as soon as the dialogue stopped, the music would pick up. It was just like the dialogue would end, and then like 2-3 seconds later the music would pick up, and it was just so choppy. It felt like somebody had done it in a hurry. The other thing was about the execution of the movie, like the story, how it happened and what the characters were doing just felt a little confusing to me, because this guy, he wants to do something, he wants to achieve something, like he wants a particular outcome. But the things he's doing is completely opposite to what he should do to get that outcome. So I was super confused. I was like, maybe they're gonna address this, maybe this is a plot twist, but it never came. So I was just confused a lot on that whole part. The other character, the female character in the movie, was played by Nushrat Bharucha, who is Mahi, and it literally felt like her character was so singular that maybe her, like, character description was just like the girl he falls in love with, and that's it. Like, her character was not well fleshed out at all. She didn't have anything to do more than that, and even like her acting was so choppy. The very first scene that she comes in seems out of like completely overboard. Like, does this really happen? If I really think about it, actually that's even Ayushmann Khurana's character. He didn't feel well fleshed out. Like, this, this guy has a lot of loans. His family has a lot of loans, but why did it come to this position? You know nothing about how his mother died. You know nothing about what career he would want. Like, he went for an interview, but you don't know what kind of interview he went for what company. You know nothing. You just know that this guy, he was born speaking a girl's voice. That's it. Also, like, the theme of the movie, I can't figure out what exactly they're trying to say. It just feels a little lost in the whole movie. There are like bits in the movie where Ayushmann Khurana's character, because he's taking on a girl's role, he gets that whole perspective of how it's, what kind of shit girls have to deal with. And there are big moments in the movie where he's like, the world is really lonely. Like, our population is increasing, but how many of you have a friend who's just going to always be there when you want to say something, and they'll always be there to listen? So I feel like that was like a big message in the movie of how the world is getting so lonely. But again, it was like comedy. I get it, there needs to be no theme, but the comedy was also falling flat. Like, there were some moments that were hilarious. It was too funny, but sometimes not funny at all. Although there was this one song that was stuck in my head so bad before I watched the movie, and I guess I like it, and it kind of sums up everything. Radhe, 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 oh Radhe, 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 tere bina Krishna to lage Radhe, Radhe. So that's it for today, guys. I feel really bad like putting out this review. I always feel bad when I put out bad reviews, but then this time I'm feeling more because I had such high expectations from the movie. I really thought the movie was gonna be funny and like something really good, but okay. So that's it for today. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section if you watched Dream Girl, what you think of it. Did you find it funny? Did you roll on the floor laughing? Okay, bye.